Profit is brought to you by StopToShop.com, and they've got some of the best prices on the internet for the new Emerging Power set. Now's the perfect time to stock up on playable cards like Gothitelle, Pokemon Catcher, Tornadus, or even the new Pokemon Trading Card Game Online code cards. Click on the link in the description to check out the set. When you do, you'll get a 10% discount on your full order at checkout. When you're looking for cards, make the stop. It's Stop to Shop.
Hey everybody, it's JWittz here from the Pokemon Trading Card Game Show Profit, and I'm finally here with Card of the Day videos. I'm working on getting these recorded in advance, one by one, so you get some content every day, and I really hope you enjoy them. Big thanks to you guys for responding to my video yesterday, asking about ideas for Card of the Days. I got about 200 in one night, and that is just great. It gave me a lot of things to work with, and it definitely let me know that you guys are all looking for different kinds of things, which makes it hard for me to narrow things down and please everybody. Now, mainly, I'm trying to get you guys the best information for the Pokemon trading card game, give you guys the best cards, the best strategies, that kind of stuff. But a lot of the kinds of cards you guys asked for sometimes deviated from that. Now, some people wanted older cards, and much more than that, a lot of people wanted newly released cards from Japan. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that Japan is just coming out with these new, I think there's Psycho something and Hail Blizzard, something like that. Anyways, there's a Psychic and there's an Ice set that they're coming out with. They're coming out with the new EX cards, all that stuff, and it's very exciting. It's their third black and white set, and a lot of people are starting to think that we're going to get those cards in Noble Victories. And I do want to clarify that. Everything that you guys see right now on Pokebeach that's being revealed is not going to be in our next set. A lot of people are confused by this, and it just happened basically after Call Legends was released. We fell back a little bit, and we are 2 sets behind Japan. So all the cards that we're going to see next set are going to be what's in the Red collection, which is Japan's second black and white set, and we'll be getting all of that in Noble Victories. So at some point, I do want to touch on Red Collection, because we're going to see it in Noble Victories, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. But for now, I got a few suggestions that I thought were still good cards that I haven't covered yet, haven't talked about too much in episodes, and thought that they'd be worth their own Card of the Day. So without all that blabbing, eventually I'll get to some new preview stuff for the next set, but Emerging Powers just came out. I'll give it a little bit of space and talk about some competitive cards that are out right now. And today's card, finally, is Weavile from Undaunted. Now, Weavile is a card that I've scratched over a few times. I thought that it had potential when I talked about the Undaunted set review, but it's been shelved and re-picked up plenty of times. Now, the idea behind Weavile is that it's a great disruptive card. When you play it down, you look at your opponent's hand, choose a card, and discard it. Now, this has always been a good effect. It's just a matter of trying to fit him into decks. Now, he's been played in all kinds of things. He's been played as a 1-1 in Magnezone Yanmega, in some decks that did really good at Nationals, but mostly he's fit into Stage 1 decks because he kind of fits that Stage 1 theme. The deck's got a little bit of space to fit some other partners, and it just fits best in that kind of deck. Now, there's a lot of good things going for Weavile, and here's a few. The basic Sneasel, while it's also modeled over a Pokemon card that was banned at one point a long time ago in the game, is still really decent basic right now. He's got 60 HP, which prevents him from being sniped for a knockout. He's got Free Retreat, which makes him a great opener, and his attack is semi-decent. If you run Rainbow Energy or even Darkness Energy in your deck, then yeah, you can attack with him, deal something like 60 to 80 damage, depending on how many Pokemon you have in play and how many heads you flip. It's really not bad. Now, he's got Free Retreat, and Weavile's got Free Retreat. Weavile with 80 HP isn't exactly great, and his attack isn't really too much to talk about either. For 2 energy, he can snipe for 30, so he's like a much worse Yanmega Prime, but I guess you could use that to knock out a Cleffa or a Tyrogue on the bench at some point, if you're really desperate for a knockout. Otherwise, you're not really using him to attack, you're not using him for his HP, it's just straight up him and his Pokemon power. Now, do I think that it's good enough to include now? Actually, yes. I think that the metagame for Battle Roads is kind of shifting away from some of the popular decks because a lot of people want to try out some of this new stuff. They want to try out these new Zekrom decks, they want to try out these new Gothitelle decks, and the decks with internal draw engines like Magnezone and Ninetales are both kind of being sidelined a little bit because people just want to try new stuff. Weavile is great against decks that don't have internal draw because you shut them out from their supporters. You look at their hand, discard the Twins that they got or the Juniper that they've got, and then all of a sudden your opponent doesn't really have much to work with, and it makes it much easier for you to take 6 prizes in 6 turns. All in all, I think Weavile's a great card. He's being explored a lot, and a lot of great players are playing him now, and I highly recommend that you try him in a Stage 1 deck, or just fit him into anything else where you think that you might need a little bit more disruption. You can pair him with cards like Super Scoop Up and Seeker as well if you want to reuse the Pokemon power multiple times. Overall, I give Weavile an 8 out of 10. I think that he's a great disruptive card that a lot of people are overlooking, and he's going to be good in the format if people start ignoring some of the Pokemon that give you internal draw. As far as artwork, Weavile's alright. I give it about a 7 out of 10. It's decent artwork, not too much to talk about, it's just kinda cool. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for today's Pokemon trading card game, Card of the Day, and tune in tomorrow for another one. Peace!
You want the best tricks? I suggest you profit. You want a mess spread? I suggest you drop it.
Once we started rolling, you know you can't stop it. Let's go and get some lessons from JWittz and Profit. Yeah.